At the age of 55, Arthur Erickson is an architectural superstar.
One of the jewels in the late Vancouver architect Arthur Erickson's portfolio is this ramp that zigzags across the Robson Square steps like a switchback trail on a mountainside. Accessibility consultant Arnold Cheng agrees. It's beautiful, but he hates it.
When you have a stair and a ramp combined, rarely do they work well together because you have two competing elements here.
Cheng says the problem with the accessibility ramp is it isn't very accessible. It's so steep that going down in a wheelchair or with a stroller can be dangerous. And going up?
I think it's mostly a stamina issue because it took a lot of strength for me to go up. So imagine if someone's older or someone who has fewer muscles, they might not even be able to go up at all.
The ramp isn't Cheng's only complaint. It can be hard to tell where one stair ends and the next one begins because they're all the same color, especially if you're visually impaired and it's overcast or raining. Cheng suggests making the ramp less steep, adding more handrails, and putting color contrast strips on the stairs to improve visibility. Erickson's admirers say the steps were built to code, and even when they were built 40 years ago, the architect had accessibility in mind because his father lost both legs during the First World War.
So Arthur grew up with a father with a huge disability, which obviously had an impact on his life and his wanting to make public spaces accessible.
When architect Jim Cheng was fresh out of university, he worked under Erickson on Robson Square.
I'm still very proud of Erickson's vision.
He's open to minor changes to the design, but he also wants to protect Erickson's vision for the space.
Maybe it's okay to let people know, hey, if you don't feel comfortable going down those ramps, there's an option for you. Take the elevator. We all have choices.
Any changes to the steps would have to be approved by the province. So Cheng has this message for the BC government.
Just because something is old doesn't mean it can't be improved. The Great Wall of China is actually accessible right now because somebody had the vision to actually make it accessible. And it didn't really take much away from it. It's still the Great Wall.
Cheng knows fighting for changes to one of the city's most recognizable spaces is a steep challenge, but that's never stopped him before, and it won't stop him now. Jesse Johnston, CBC News, Vancouver.